All right. Happy Friday, everybody. What's going on? Great to be back here in the home studio, even if it's for a short period of time, a couple weeks. How's everybody doing? How was everybody's Thanksgiving? We're going to go over a lot of that stuff, but working out the kinks here. So give me just a second here. I'm going to share this, make sure that it gets out. Oh, yeah. Crazy couple weeks. How's everybody doing? If you get this, share it, send it out, leave a message, comment. Let me know you guys are out there. Who's ready for Christmas? Who's ready for the Christmas holiday? Busy, 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 busy time of year. Um, Let me know you guys are out there. I I love this time of year, and almost hate this time of year. It can be. I love being able to see family you haven't seen all year. Um, but then sometimes I feel like it gets a little stressful. A lot of traveling. Of course, I travel a lot anyway. That part doesn't really count. Bad weather. I think bad weather probably would be the my crux to that. Uh, JD, good morning. Thank you for saying something. I thought I was alone. Appreciate you, brother. Um, so how many people had a good or who had a good Thanksgiving? If you guys are out there, you're watching this, tell me what kind of Thanksgiving you had. I had a good one. I did my annual hunting trip this year again, and I gotta say this year was a different type of hunting season in northern Wisconsin, and I think a lot of people, I've been talking to a couple other people that hunt elsewhere in the Midwest, Michigan, Iowa, Nebraska, and the consensus is that it was a very warm hunting season, at least the first few days. I think opening day was I think it was like 52 degrees on opening day. And to be clear, it's opening day, whitetail, and it was different. JD, but thoughts on the Black Friday NFL games. I don't really have any thoughts on it. Uh, um, I have my thoughts on what on what I think about Black Friday. And can they really even call it that now because it like extends like to the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, the day before Thanksgiving, and so is it really like a deal? And then you have Cyber Monday, and then you're still it's Cyber Monday, but it's still what is it? It's still like a Black Friday deals. I mean, they're like extending stuff out so much that I can't even tell is it worth it anymore. I don't know. That's my thought on it. I was never a big Black Friday, shopper. I have people in my family that were. I did Black Friday twice in my life, and sorry, I'm just adding on to this here. Make sure we get everybody more people on here. I did Black Friday twice, and I got a big screen TV out of it, which was great. And this was a long time ago. JD, you probably remember. It was one in the living room, and my pop made me go. It took me and my son and made us stand in line for Black Friday deals um, at a couple different places one time. And I said, "Never again will I do this." How many of you out there that watch this, whether you're on the live or you're watching this later, how many of you like to do the Black Friday deals? JD, we got another PS5, as in your second one. That's your second PS5. Unreal. See, see, wow. I need to. I haven't gamed in a long time. I kind of miss it. Some of parts of it I miss. Some of the games out there. What? So let's talk about it. Let's talk about. Let's get into the show here. Let's talk about. So I talked a little bit about Thanksgiving. Great time. Got to spend again this year. Spent time with my grandparents, which is always a plus for me. We did. What was it? We did. The traditional. Like your turkey and the canned cranberry, the canned cranberries that everybody loves. Um, what else? It was just kind of stand mashed potatoes, yams, kind of thing. Great time. My grandmother turned 91, uh, so that was great. And my grandfather turns 91 Christmas Eve, so grandma's a little older, but it's always a great time. And then, like I said, this is my hunting season up in upper Wisconsin, northwestern Wisconsin. Great time. Always good hanging out with my pop and my one of my younger brothers, Bubba. And it was so different this year because it was like, I went out, I bought some warmer clothes for hunting this year because I've lost some weight this year, so things weren't fitting. I've gotten bigger because I work out a lot, and it was so you layer up and then you walk up into the woods and whatnot, and you're sitting in your tree stand, and by the time you get there, you're just sweating because you've layered up so much. It's kind of chilly when you walk up there in the mornings, and then the sun came out, and I was like, man, this is like there's no snow, the sun's out. It was absolutely beautiful. No deer, like nothing but squirrels. And those of you that are those hunters that are out there know exactly what I'm talking about with those chipmunks and those damn squirrels when there's still a lot of leaves on the ground. But it's I love being out, love being out in the woods. It's very therapeutic for me. Had a great time. And then it was like day 3 or 4. Um, we changed up our hunting, what we were doing a little bit. My brother went on to drive, and I shot the biggest deer I've ever shot in my life. So it was shot a nice little 10 pointer, and was excited about that. I hunt to put meat in the freezer. So I know there's gonna be some of you out there like, how can you do that? Because I need meat in the freezer. I like to eat throughout the year, and that's a big part of um, the meat I consume throughout the year is what we harvest each, and we use all parts of the animal literally. So uh, it's something I've always grown up doing. I've taught my son how to do it and be responsible. We're very responsible. My family's very responsible how we do things with the harvest, and we're grateful for it. So that's one of the things I like to do, and feeds the family. So kind of get back into your ancestral roots, if you will. But that was good. So that was Thanksgiving was good. Next up, we got Christmas. Who's ready for Christmas? Christmas, it's tis the season. I got the Christmas bow ties out. I'm ready for the shows this month, months. What, Mike Tyson here. Anyway, um, there's so many things about this holiday that I like, dislike, whatever. A lot of the good movies are out. What is your and throughout the next couple of weeks, I'm going to post this on our social media pages, asking questions like, "What's the best Christmas song of all time?" Some of the best Christmas movies, and I'm I've got my top 5 Let's share. What do you think if you're watching this, what are your top 5 best Christmas movies? What are your top 5 best Christmas movies? Brandy, good morning. Silver Bells. Great song. Great song. Um and then we're going to do best Christmas songs of all times. So according to the Guinness Book of World Records, White Christmas, the song White Christmas is uh the greatest Christmas song and that's according to the Guinness Book of World Record. I'm a huge Nat King Cole fan. I don't know about I'm a huge Nat King Cole fan. I love um the Christmas songs with Nat King Cole and it kind of old. I guess I'm an old soul that way. But what are some other songs? And movies. Let's hear movies. JD's getting into movies. I figured he would. Die Hard is not a Christmas. It's if you Google most hated Christmas, I think it's most hated Christmas movies. Die Hard pops up on that list. It was kind of funny. Best Christmas movies. I'm gonna give you my 5, and there's a tie for number 5. So the best Christmas movie I think is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I love that movie. Um, the next one is Miracle on what is it, 34th, 36th Street. I always get that one wrong. And I'm sure I'm going to hear about it after the show. Miracle on 31st Street, 34th Street. A Christmas Story was another one. You shoot your eye out, kid. I like that one. Andrew, good morning, brother. How you doing? Appreciate you jumping on. Now, so a Christmas. So that's 4. 1, 2, 3. No, it's 3. Sorry, 3. Christmas Vacation, Miracle on 34th Street, A Christmas Story, uh, Bad Santa, Don't Judge Me, and Elf. JD Elf, yeah, yeah. I think those. Actually, you know what? With Elf though, I gotta tie in like the old school Frosty the Snowman or Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeers, like the ones when you were kids, like the cartoonish looking ones, with the little clay models and stuff like that. I think, yeah, those are it. Those are my top 5 Christmas movies. Christmas songs, that one's hard. Like I said, anything Nat King Cole, um, you Jingle Bells, Silver Bells is another one. Brandy mentioned that one earlier. Um, the music ones are hard. I could tell you, it's probably easier for me to tell you what I don't like. Um, I'm over the Mariah Carey ones, and I used to love Mariah Carey. Who didn't? Um, I don't know. I can't. I just as I gotten older, I can't do it anymore. What do we have here? Brandy, no specific movie, just like watching Hallmark for Christmas. Yeah, the Hallmark movie is great. Brandy, that's a good one. Silent Night by the Temptations. Great song. Good pick. Oh, Brandy. Wow, that's a great pick. Yeah, the Temptations. That's a great pick, Brandy. Nice. Uh what else should we do this month? When I'm doing posts and doing like I want you guys interacting with us on social media. What other ones? So we got movies, we got songs. What's another? How about food? Do you guys have a favorite? Maybe a favorite dessert? Um, ugly sweater. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do that. Off the top of my head right now. This is what I'm going to do. Sometime in the next 2 weeks. We're gonna do ugly sweater contest, and the winner's gonna get something. You get a bag of coffee and one of our coffee mugs that are not on the website yet. I've been having those up. We got that because we got some new stuff coming out in 2024. So I've been holding off. But I'm going to give out some coffee and some coffee mugs for the winner of the ugliest sweater contest. Let's do an HMG ugly sweater contest. Who is in? I want to know if you guys are willing to do it. All right. That's what we'll do. Mm, I love it. I'm excited now. Ugly sweater contest. That'd be great. That'd be great. What else we got coming up? Uh Brandy. All right, cool. Brandy's in. I love it. JD's on it. Great. I love it. Thank you guys for your support. Share this out. Um, and let's tell your friends about us. Let's do the ugly sweater competition. That's gonna be fun. uh and keep it semi appropriate. I feel like there's some of you out there that I need to put that disclosure in there for. You know who you are. I love you anyway, but let's keep it semi clean because we got to put this on. So it, most of these social media platforms don't like me anyway. So let's not give them any more of a reason to ban us completely. Oh, I can see some of the sweaters now. Oh god, I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, guys, listen, so that's I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. I'm thankful for all of you being here and continuing this journey now of 8 years with HMG. Um, Looking forward to the Christmas holiday. I'm going to be going back to Wisconsin here in a couple of weeks, so we'll be up there for a week and loving that as well. I, I'm not even going to repeat that. All right, let's get started. Let's hit some of the highlights here because, like I said, I've been out for the last week and a half. Did do a show last week. Gabe, what's up, brother? Appreciate you jumping on. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, Gabe, are you in on doing an ugly sweater contest? HMG ugly sweater contest. Winner's going to get some coffee and a new mug that you see on the shelf back there. And maybe an autographed 8x10 of this fit. And it was no shave November. I did the no shave November, and I may do the no shave December. So yeah, we'll see what happens with it. I don't know why I told you guys that. I just was looking at this and it's like, God, that's a lot of white right there with the white shirt. Anyway, Gabe's in. Good. So we're starting to get some people with the ugly sweater, HMG ugly sweater contest. I love it. Let's talk about some of the news articles that have come out in the news here recently. Here's one of that's going to get your guys' blood boiling a little bit. Make sure you guys share this stuff. I'm not going to share this because we get reported, but you can look this up. United Nations, such a great organization to begin with, right? The United Nations urges Americans to reduce meat consumption for climate change. United Nations urges Americans to reduce meat consumption for climate change. What are your guys' thoughts on this? An agency in the United Nations that aims to lead international efforts to defeat hunger is reportedly urging Americans to reduce the meat consumption to beat climate change. This is coming out of from our friends over at American Freedom. The UN Food and Agriculture Organization, also known as the FAO, announced its plan to introduce a global food recommendation document at the Climate Change Convention, also known as the COP28, at the Expo City in Dubai in the United Arab entities here, coming up, I believe, this month. The failure of leading meat and dairy companies to reduce emissions underlines the urgent need for more policy focused on the food and agricultural sector. You guys see what's what's going on here? Rich, good morning, brother. How you doing? United. Let me read the title again because it's just it really is quite mind blowing. United Nations urges Americans to reduce meat consumption for climate change. That's going to be a strong pass for me, dog. That's not happening. I look this up. United Nations in climate change. Find the articles. There's a couple different ones of it. You're not going to find too many of them, and rightfully so. I could see why, because something like that, a title like that, is just absolutely it blows my mind. All right, stay with me. Next up, we have this one's going to piss a lot of you off, veterans that are out there, and those of you that are still on line right now. Listen to this one. New York City senior citizens evicted to make room for migrants. Why is that going to make you mad? I'm going to tell you why. Dozens of New York senior citizens were evicted from their senior centers to make room for illegal immigrants. One individual was 94-year-old Frank Tamaro. Tamaro. He is an Army veteran. And this is was coming from Fox News. Quote, I felt horrible, Tamaro said. Uh, it's no joke getting thrown out of your house. He describes to Fox that the migrants were moving in free of charge. Mind you, I'm talking about a 94-year-old Army veteran who was living in a senior center, and he gets kicked out. Here's what he has to say. Also, quote, I do get upset when I see them handing out money and all of these things, and I'm paying for taxes and getting kicked out. I've never got anything from the city or the state, end quote. That's infuriating. That's how we're treating our veterans. That's how New York City is treating their veterans and treating their senior citizens. New York City, kicking people out to make room for illegal immigrants. That would have been World War II. And I froze, but you guys can still hear me, so stand by real quick. So it's sad that that's what's happening. It's sad that's what's going on. Look it up. Don't take my word for it. Rich, yeah, might have been both. Might have. I think he might have been both. I don't know what which one. They just gave his age, and then he was an Army veteran. So I don't know. That makes me mad hearing that. I think it's certainly frustrating. But that's what's going on in New York City. What else? That's really it. That's all I had for the really main topics today. So let's get into the shows because some of these shows have been kicking ass. I love the shows on Heroes Media Group. If you're most of you that are online right now have been with us for quite a while. If you haven't checked out all the shows, go to heroesmediagroup.com and check out all the podcast shows that are on the network right now. And we are growing. We're going to be adding more shows here in the first quarter of 2024. So we're really excited about that as well. So let's get started on what you missed on your favorite podcasts this week here on Heroes Media Group. First up, we got Be Relentless. This week, Tim Myers and Taylor the Grizz Clifton, two inspiring members of their Waymaker community. That's Be Relentless Waymaker community. Life-changing community. Brandon, Tim Grizz, and John Mayle, he's the founder of it, share how the Waymaker community and specifically their Forge cohort has changed and improved their lives. If you haven't checked out Be Relentless, be sure you do. John Mayle, great guy. He's created this Waymaker community. Um, it's a fellowship. It's for fellowship and really kind of keeping everybody on track with their goals and whatnot. It's a great opportunity. Check it out. That's this week's Be Relentless. Next up, we have the Hero Academy with host Super Dave. This week, Monty Bynums. He's the experiences resonate as a guiding beacon for law enforcement professionals seeking new horizons and for individuals aspiring to forge path towards financial prosperity beyond the traditional career path. So check that out. That's this week's The Hero Academy. Let me see here. What else we got? Next up, we got Beyond the Rut. Latest episode was with retired Major General Greg Martin. General shares his struggle with bipolar disorder after serving in Iraq. With the stigma surrounding mental health in the military, he faced challenges and received anonymous letters questioning his mental state. But what happened when General Martin was presented with a choice that could change his life forever? They're going to talk about it on this particular episode of Beyond the Rut. So check it out. What do we got next here? You know what? I know what I'm not doing. I'm not doing this. What do we got next? Label Free Podcast. Label Free Podcast. This week, Rob Renee, the founder of QE Strong. Rob shares his personal journey overcoming a devastating accident that ended his dream of becoming a professional runner and how he found a new purpose in helping others improve their health. Rob explains the concept of quantum energy and how his company utilizes unique, all natural solutions to address various health issues. He discusses the power of intention and the impact of positive frequencies on the body. Rob also highlights the effectiveness of their pain relief patches, and the transformative results they have, on people suffering from chronic pain. Awesome episode, really interesting. So check that out. That is this week's Label Free Podcast. We got a comment here. What do we got here? Lance, what's up, brother? How you doing? Next up, we got the other side of the firewall. This week, these guys are great. Ryan, Shannon, and Levon, they discuss how a 17-year-old in the UK may be responsible for the Uber breach and GTA 6 leaks. Now, some of you are like, what? Look up GTA 6 leaks. And yeah, it was pretty interesting episode. That one launched this morning, and I got to listen to part. I haven't listened to all of it yet, but it's pretty interesting stuff. Other side of the firewall. Check it out. What do we got next? Carry on politics this week. Chief Ronald Vitello, I hope I said his name right, former chief of the Border Patrol, who is currently running for Virginia Senate. They're diving into multiple of crucial topics, including 34 years experience in the federal government, immigration, border issues, and his perspective on current political scenarios. This was a really cool episode. He was the former chief of the Border Patrol. He's running for Virginia Senate. I think he should get it. He's a good guy, from what I could tell, at least listening to this episode. Check it out. That's this week's Carry On Politics. What do you guys got here? Lance, really? yeah, you are something. He announced ugly sweater contest for free coffee. Oh, you guys are something else. I love the comments. Keep them coming, Lance. You never disappoint, I tell you. What do we got next? Pushing back chaos. This one here was a heart wrenching one. I'm going to tell you. We all have crutches. That's the title of it this week. Recently, the McFadden family lost a patriarch in their family, and I want to say first off that my heart and prayers go out to Melon and the family there. Love you guys. Melon, shares the struggles of dealing with death and how his family has processed the loss in order to discover lessons, deeper meanings, and reforged relationships. Mike, on the other hand, is also no stranger to hardships. He opens up about his recent struggles of faith, hope, purpose, and direction, and discusses how some time that he spent at a park recently with some reading, strong emotions, and an undeniable experience at a church that he went to changed him completely. And I'm fortunate enough to know both of these fellers, and I talk to Mike weekly at least, and it's very just it's a this episode's a very inspirational one, and it really kind of opens your eyes up to it. And I like how they use the word crutches, because these experiences that we go through in life, they can be called crutches, but are they? You know, we don't have to hang on to the crutches. You can let go of these crutches and use it and toss them aside and just use it as a stepping stone, so to speak, right? You might need a crutch to help you out a little bit, but that doesn't define who you are as a person. Keep that in mind. So check that out. That's this week's Pushing Back Chaos. All right, let me check you guys what we got here. We need a beard care sponsor or Joe Stojic. Why does that name ring a bell? What's going on, brother? How you, Joe? It's always good. Joe is one of our community heroes. He's probably the lightest weight community hero, weighing in at about 85 pounds wet. But he is an awesome friend, and still to date, I've known him for about a decade, and still the only one of the original crew that used to chit chat quite a bit that I haven't met yet. He's been dodging me for years. Maybe we can make it happen in 2024, Joe. I don't know, but let's see. Appreciate you jumping on, Barry. What's going on, man? You did miss the deer story, but it's all right. I appreciate you, Barry. Barry's one of our network sponsors. Go check out his stuff. Forget Genetics. We'll get into that here in a little bit more, but appreciate you guys jumping on this morning. Thank you. All right, back to the shows. What do we got next? The Decision Hour with yours truly. This week, great episode this week. I loved having this guest on this week. Mil Money Con, empowering veterans and military spouses in the world of finance. My good friend Lacey Langford, she's a United States Air Force veteran. And we've been at different conferences and stuff like that, and just kind of in passing. But I went to Mil MoneyCon in Nashville earlier this year and got to meet Lacey formally for the first time. Great, great, great lady. Love her to death. Honored to be her friend. And what she's doing for military members and the military family spouses, educating them. She's a very, very successful financial coach. She's the host of the Military Money Show. She provides financial guidance to the military community. She talks about the biggest mistakes that military personnel make with their money, and then offers some invaluable advice on how to build a secure and financial future. Plus, we get to learn more about this Mil Money Con. And actually, in April of 2024, Mil Money Con is going to be in Denver, Colorado in 2024. So if you're interested and you want to check it out, it's a cool place to be. It's a great connection for financial professionals in the military community. So check it out. That's this week's The Decision Hour. Next up, we got Time to Shine Today. Check out all the episodes there. Scott's got some new stuff coming up, so check it out. Stand by for that. And I'll get to you guys' comments here in a second. Let's get through some of these shows. Next up, we got the Shay Sparks Show. This week, have you ever felt like you have had your heart ripped open? I mean, like literally ripped open. And okay, well, maybe figuratively too. Well, this week's guest, Michael Botts, he's a United States Marine veteran, a father of 4, and a 20-year business owner. There were many failures, epic failures, and through those failures, Michael created a success formula his clients use to reach their goals in spirit, soul, and body. Great episode. I had the opportunity to recently meet and speak with Michael. Phenomenal guy. And I'm looking forward to working with him some more in 2024. So check this out. This is a fun episode, The Shay Sparks Show. Next up, and then I'll get to your comments here. Stand by, guys. Next up, we got the Because Bikers Matter podcast. This week, host David Vegas Schumann welcomes special guest Larry the Bear Stotts. Larry is the director of safety, education, and promotion for motorcycle safety lawyers. Another great sponsor of the network and this particular show. They begin by recapping some of the cool things that's happened throughout the year, including the success of accident scene management classes and their work with various charities such as the Curing Kids Cancer, Save Our American Military Vets, and Decision One Dental. Great organizations. Let me tell you something about Because Bikers Matter podcast and what this show does with the motorcycle safety lawyers. They do a ton of stuff across the country. Last month, they partnered with several different dental places in and around the Chicago metro area and was offering dental care free for veterans. It was amazing. They have raised literally helped raise hundreds of thousands of dollars for various nonprofit organizations. So if you're not following the show, or if you should, and if you ride motorcycles, you definitely want to check out this show. So check it out, Because Bikers Matter podcast. All right, let me get in here quick. Rich, thanks, brother. I'm actually going to be talking about your show next. Barry, we'll catch up. Christina, good morning. How you doing? Rich, Gene Leavenworth. Ooh, yeah, have fun, buddy. Have fun. Hey, brother, appreciate you jumping on. Next up, what do we have next? Next show we have, it's actually Rich's show, The Misfit Nation. The latest episode, Luke Worsfold, the founder and CEO, Luke Warford, the founder and CEO of Lisa Inside Addiction. A living testament to the power of recovery, a lead specialist addiction counselor, and a dramatic entrepreneur. He's also a podcast host. In this show, we're going to deep dive into Luke's experience and insights of addiction and the strategy he developed to lead individuals on his journey to recovery. Awesome episode this week. Misfit Nation podcast, they do a couple of episodes each week. If you're not following them, do that. And Rich was on here just a minute ago. Army veteran, outstanding individual, great show host. So check it out. That's this week's The Misfit Nation. Well done, brother. Next up, we got Environmentally Speaking. Got some new shows coming. So check out all their previous episodes right now. Go check them out. Environmentally Speaking. Next up, we got the MSEC podcast. This week, Dr. Margaret C. Wilmorth. She's a Major General, U.S. Army retired, and Margaret A. Cope. She's a Colonel, U.S. Air Force retired. They discuss the importance of supporting our National Guard and Reserve service members and families through the unique challenges that they experience. They share information on identifying the children within these families to include the availability of the and access to different resources that they have. So check that out. Great episode. These women are amazing. Thank you, ladies, for your service. Check it out. That's this week's MSEC podcast. Next up, we got the Arms Room Show. This week, they're discussing necessary concepts for good leadership. Necessary concepts for good leaderships. Check it out. It's the Arms Room Show. Next up, we got Chasing Happiness. This week, host Ryan Dement shares his reflections on Thanksgiving and inviting listeners to explore the profound impact of gratitude. As we step into the few days after Thanksgiving, Ryan's insights offer a fresh perspective on how to carry the essence of this cherished holiday into our everyday lives. Huge, huge on the power of gratitude and balancing work and celebration. Great episode, Ryan. Check it out, Chasing Happiness. What do we got next? Joel Evans Show. Check out, he's got some new episodes coming soon. Stand by for that. What do we got next? Rise Up Voices from the Front Lines with our friends over at Battle to Be. This week, special guest Damian Marquise. He discusses his life's journey of growing up with learning challenges, the street gang lifestyle, and distorted ideas of what love entailed. Hear how important having the right role model, faith, and hope can be to turning life of struggle into one of peace, joy, and service. Check it out. That's this week's Rise Up Voices from the Front Line. Love it. Love this one. We got your 6 at 6 with the People's Patriot Project this past week. They do a show every Sunday night, Central Standard Time. It's a fun show to listen to. They get a lot of these musicians in the veteran community. I think this past week, a few days ago, they had our friend Chris Turner on, and then they had a guest live from Tel Aviv as well on the line with them. Mark and Andrea, they never cease to amaze me with the stuff that they're doing. I've been with them through the People's Patriot Project through inception, and what they're doing has just been absolutely tremendous and enormous, and it's only going to get bigger. So if you're not following them, you really should check it out. That's the People's Patriot Project. We got your 6 at 6 every Sunday night, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Last is certainly not least for the shows this week, the S3 with JD. They were talking about the NFL Week 12 schedule, and they give off their locks of the week. JD's DraftKings DFS for Thursday night's game, which would have been last night, along with the best bets for the Seahawks-Cowboy game. How did you guys do? Those of you that are betting on the game. Also, they're going to discuss the college football conference championships that are going on this weekend, and they're going to be doing an NFL yard sale. So, interesting stuff. I'm curious about what's going to happen with the college football scene this weekend. It's going to be some exciting stuff. I watched the game last weekend was it last weekend? Michigan took down Ohio State. Did I say that out loud? And I can't stand either one of those teams because I'm a Wisconsin fan, and we suck this year. But we're making a comeback, so I don't know. I'm not saying we're gonna do it. Dave Marsh, what's up, brother? How you doing? Oh, loving the show. Yeah, the JD. Hey, I got to go the '80s era. With the Celtics, baby. There's only if you're a Celtics fan, Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you jumping on, Dave. Thank you. JD, I hit 3 of the 4 bets. I said that on the show. Nice. Very nice. Very nice. And let me give a shout out to sponsors because we have some new ones. We got some new ones. Newest sponsor, the Freedom People. If you're not familiar with them, get familiar with them. You're going to love it. If you don't have a private trust set up, this is something you definitely want to do. Freedom People, they're actually coming on to the Decision Hour show here in the next 2 weeks. You'll see it. We've recorded the show already, but it comes out here. So stay tuned for that. Freedom People, home studio. I got lighting system, cameras. I'm building another studio, and then we're building a studio in 2024. We're building a studio in New Jersey, and potentially a few other places. If you're interested in having a home studio or having a studio built for you, whether it's at your home or your office, let us know. We have the people right here to do it. Feed the People, By the People, another podcast that's starting here on HMG here in the next couple of weeks. We got a new website coming up, so we're just waiting for that to launch, and we'll get the new shows up. So Feed the People, By the People. Thank you. Got a Hold Brewing. Thank you. Motorcycle Safety Lawyers. I mentioned them early. Make sure you check them out. Alibi Tattoos. If you need ink or maybe you need one removed, check them out. Forget Genetics. I brought them up earlier. Our man Barry was on. Forget Genetics. I'm telling you, you deer hunters out there, or hunters in general, or maybe you just like having animals in your yard. Forget Genetics is the product you want. So check them out and use HMG. You get 10% off at checkout. Sisu Stamina. Can't forget this stuff. This stuff keeps me going. I absolutely love it. I'm a big fan of it. Heroes 10, you get 10% off. Go check them out. Jim Neary's Bait and Tackle and Warriors on the Water LTD. Love those guys. Southern Pennsylvania. Great stuff that's going on down there. Check them out. Let me see here. HMG Beverage. Can't forget them. I got to bring up tax season. Nobody likes paying taxes. I don't like bookkeeping, and I suck at math, believe it or not. So I have help from My Tax Fella. Go to mytaxfella.com. They will help you get your books in order. They will help get your taxes in line. It is the best investment you'll ever make in your life. That I promise you that. So check it out, My Tax Fella. And then last but not least, JB Auto Clothiers has got custom shirts now. These shirts are amazing. So now JB Auto Clothiers does the jackets, sports coats. What you see here, this one was custom made for myself. There's the inside. Bam. Yeah, I love it. So we do sport coats and jackets, right? We also do full-blown suits, pants, tuxedos, and now custom shirts. It's amazing. You guys are gonna want you want it. And here's the thing: when JB Auto Clothiers shows up to you, they fit you for you, made to measure, custom for you specifically. OpsLens, that's our last one. OpsLens, great organization. Check them out. Opslens.com. They got another news organization that we're partnering with more in 2024. So what else? Anything? Stop eating cows for climate change. JD, you're gonna get. I'm gonna put that one up. Stop eating. Come on now. Seriously? He's joking. I think he's joking. He's joking. I've seen that man down a steak before. Weird stuff, but listen, let's focus on the positive here. Christmas is right around the corner. Let's not forget what this season's all about. Being grateful, right? Thanksgiving into Christmas, being grateful, celebrating family, friends, loved ones. I'm grateful for all you guys. 'Tis the season to be giving. I'm happy. It's going to be a good holiday season, and we are definitely gearing up. The HMG brands are gearing up for 2024. That's what we've been doing and focusing on for the last about 6 weeks. So not a lot of new stuff per se between now and the end of the year, but 2024 Yeah, a lot of new stuff, new business, new companies starting. Uh, HMG Distributing February 2024 is coming here soon. So yeah, we're excited. It- yeah. What is your here's another one. I just thought of this. What is your or maybe I said this earlier. What is your favorite dessert during the holidays? Because there's so much dessert during the Christmas holidays. What do you like? I had a great grandmother that used to make popcorn balls. That was one. And a grandmother that made homemade cookies with the frostings and stuff on it was another. My grandmother, who I'd mentioned earlier, who just turned 91, she used to make raspberry pie. That was one of my favorites as well. And drinks, JD, I'm sure you're going to say hot toddies, hot chocolates, stuff like that. Anyway, I'm excited about this season. So let's have a good Christmas season. Welcome to December 2024, everybody. Be positive. Have a great weekend. All right, that's all the time that we have. Don't forget ugly sweater. HMG ugly sweater contest. It's going to start Monday, or maybe let's, start it this weekend. Start sending us pictures of you in the ugly sweater. I don't want pictures of just ugly sweaters. You got to be in it. I want to see you model that ugly sweater. Let's get it started. You're going to win some coffee and a few coffee mugs from HMG Beverage. All right. Listen, guys, seriously, love you. Great to be back. Have a great weekend. Remember, think for yourselves. God bless you. God bless America. We'll see you guys next week. Take care.